Hello and welcome to the Media Pod. And Dave here, and Dave with you with a look at the Chiller Show on this episode. Now
Where is this Chiller Show taking place, by the way?
Chiller Show is in, I think it's still Parsippany, New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
And we haven't done this on the show in a while because there hasn't been any interesting guests, but there are some interesting ones this time. So I thought
I don't know because you told me not to look at the list. So apparently I'm going to be shocked and surprised.
That's what we want. Shock and surprise from Dave.
I think I'll be shocked and surprised if I know anybody at the Chiller Show.
Okay, so let's take a look. First up, they always have some off-sided music guest.
Oh, okay. So we have a Mike Tramp from White Lion. What do I know any of their songs? Who's White Lion?
Not the white. There was another white snake.
Right. I think was one.
Mm-hmm.
Who did the song "Once Bitten, Twice Shy"? Was that White Stripes?
Yeah, that was another one. White Stripes, I think.
Well, hang on a second. Alexa, who sang "Once Bitten, Twice Shy"? Great White.
Great White. Wow,
that's
white.
Different. Oh, there's so many whites and greats and okay, whatever. So I don't know White Lion apparently.
So there was a time when there would be a monkey or so.
Oh yeah. There's only one left.
I think I did walk by Pete's the monkey one time. But now we have like drummers and guitarists are there. I don't think this is the main singer, is it? Or maybe it is.
I don't know this band.
Alexa.
Want me to ask her?
No, that's all right. We'll go on. We got more guests here. At one time, there would always be an X-rated porn star like Seika or Deep Throats, Linda Lovelace. She was in the room by herself. I was afraid to go in, but we don't have those anymore.
That would be the spunk room.
Right. Next, we have Donnie Green. Now, he was the truck driver in Pet Cemetery that ran over the little gauge there.
Okay.
I'm not sure you saw him more than a second in there, but here he is at the Chiller Show.
This isn't exactly drawing me to the Chiller Show. But,
not yet, but we get bigger as we go along.
Okay.
Now, this is Burton Gillum.
Okay, I wouldn't know the name, but I know the face.
Uh-huh.
Was he in Blazing Saddles?
Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
And he wears the outfit for you to get your picture with. He wears the cowboy hat and the red shirt and all. And see, that would be interesting for me because I'm a big fan of Blazing Saddles, but not enough to drive down there yet.
No. Oh, you mean there's a chance based on this list there could be people that would make us drive to the picturesque world of Parsippany.
Right.
For whatever the price is to get in, and then whatever the price is to pay for photos with Burton Gilliam.
Right, which is, the minimum is like $50 these days for a picture, and then $50 for autograph.
Well, see, if there was an X-rated porn star, I would gladly pay that kind of price if there was a boob exposed.
Right. Now this would not quite make me go down, but I like American Graffiti, and we have Candy Clark here.
Yes, I recognize the name from what 80s, maybe 70s, 80s, but I don't know many of the films she's been in. I probably do know the film she's been in. I just don't know what film she's been in.
Yeah, The Blob. Man Who Fell to Earth, Cat's Eye.
Oh, Q.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that. That wasn't a bad film. Michael Moriarty, I think, was in that as well.
Yeah. And we
All right.
also have from there Mackenzie Phillips
Oh,
was the little girl in American Graffiti, and of course, One Day at a Time.
and of course, being molested by her father,
Oh God, was that in her
John
book?
John
Oh
Phillips
no.
from the Mamas and the Papas.
So yeah, Mackenzie Phillips. Okay. See, now I would like to get a nice American Graffiti photo and have it signed by Mackenzie and Candy, but that would cost you about $100 for the
Okay,
signing.
so are we driving down yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Something's
know.
going on off to the side in my lab here.
Yeah. Well, you let me know when we've reached the point where now it's worth it for you
Okay.
to take that drive.
Okay, you tell me if it's worth it for you at any point.
I'm going to pretty much say no right now.
You even said no when Alice Cooper was down there one time, I think.
It's correct. And I am a big Alice Cooper fan. I think we know that.
As much as you like Alice Cooper, you wouldn't take a 3-hour drive.
No.
Michael Cudlitz, who would be a big draw a couple of years ago because he was in The Walking Dead, but now he's towards the end of my list anyway. I'm sure there's people who would love to travel 3 hours for a Walking Dead autograph. So he is there. And next is Barry Corbin, a character actor who is not listed here, but he was on Dallas during the Who Shot JR era and was investigating at the time.
I think he's now got some really bad dentures.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. And I think he now either he's bald or he shaves his head. But he was a good actor years ago. Now he's just, I don't know.
Where have you seen him? In the Hallmark movie? How are you so up on Barry Corbin here?
I don't know where I saw him recently, but there was some show, or maybe it was a movie, I don't know, where some company was trying to get him to sell his property and he wouldn't sell it, and he had this confrontation with this female lawyer. That's the last thing I saw him in. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he just progressively gets heavier, balder, and bad dentures.
But still acting, apparently.
Yeah, you get the gigs, you do the job. That's all that matters.
Now we have mothers. Now these two, I believe, were down there one time when I was there from The Last American Virgin.
Oh, that's who she is. All right.
Franklin, who was nude in that film.
Oh. That's not the Tool one, is it? The Tool movie?
Yes.
Okay. Give us the line, Ed.
The man who has the largest tool, he's the one who wins the pool.
Right.
Now, I haven't seen him listed yet, but I am on Diane Franklin's Facebook page, and she said he is coming to this. He's not listed yet here. But we also have Lawrence, who is also in it. He was in a lot of things at that time. I didn't know he was in Mask here. And he was also in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Next one up is, Michael O'Keefe?
I do.
He was the kid in Caddyshack.
Yep.
And the Great Santini, I guess.
But are we going yet?
No.
Okay.
We're not going yet. We have an Aliens reunion. Now, I like Aliens, but as we see...
What does this mean, Aliens reunion? Who is going to be there from Aliens? Is that what's coming up next?
Yes.
Oh, the canceled guy, the main guy who's canceled.
The main guy you would want to see, Michael Biehn, I guess is how we say it.
Yep.
Who was in The Mandalorian here, I see, but he is not coming. He must have work to do. But there are more. We have Daniel Cash, who was Spunkmeyer. It's been a while. You just said that word earlier, didn't you? About the spunk room.
All right.
So he's Spunkmeyer. Now it's been a while since you've seen Aliens. Do you remember Spunkmeyer being
I don't, and
mentioned?
I'll tell you why I don't know these people, because I didn't care for that movie. I thought it wasn't Paul Reiser in that.
Yes.
See, I don't know. I didn't care for the movie. I liked the first one, and then a couple of the other ones afterwards were okay. Just for some reason, this one I just didn't
Huh.
like. I thought it was too many. There was too many aliens for me, Ed.
Yeah, I
Too many.
think you did say that at the time. Gorman, I remember, I think this was the leader. I remember Sigourney Weaver yelling out, Gorman, get the troops in there or out of there. But he's there if you want to get Gorman's autograph. We have Drake will be there. See, now this would be fun if you had an alien poster. You could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
And then you can't eat for a year.
Who can do some quick math? 7 times 50 if you're lucky.
350. 350.
350. You're done. Okay, so we have a Frost and we have Vasquez. I remember. You remember Vasquez?
I do. Yes, the gun-toting chick.
Yes, and she was also in Terminator 2. He uses her a lot. And Dietrich, and then somebody who was apparently an alien warrior in the suits, Carl Toop, will be there. So big reunion of, and it is the anniversary, 86, that came out.
Okay, so that's 40 years, yeah.
Now I'm a big fan of Triumph, the insult comic dog. And we have Robert Smigel is coming. And apparently Triumph needs his own display here. But probably funnier than going down there and getting Robert's autograph is he puts up videos usually of Triumph going around and making fun of the people that are in line to see him there. And that is quite entertaining. You don't have to leave the house for that, though.
It's the Chiller Expo. This place is so thrilling. It's like a supernova, or whatever the word is, for the last flickering of a dying star. Originally, this festival was for actors in horror movies, but now it's for people who just fighting strangers in any context. Yes, this is the first time most of these people have been asked to sign a document that wasn't labeled confession. And it's all taking place at the Hilton in Parsippany, New Jersey. Yes, this whole building is actually a salute to the 90s, right down to the year it was last inspected. What an event. No one's ever seen so many people both washed up and unwashed in the same room. This is a who's who of who paid for their own Twitter verification.
Thank you, little bastard. There's just a cop.
Thank you. That guy was in Pee-wee. Look at this line, I can't believe it. Usually, these people only collect this many signatures when they're trying to get a gay teacher fired. We're New Jersey, Joe. I see you got the Star Trek shirt. You're a Star Trek fan, I take it. Yeah, well, obviously, because in space there's weightlessness. You say because of your boobs and the little that.
Okay.
And you know the next guy here.
Yeah.
After Grease and Sha Na Na, that was about it, though, right?
As far as I know, that's all I ever heard of this guy. What I think would be funny is if he is now about 300 pounds with completely white hair, which I know he wouldn't do.
I haven't seen him in a while.
It would kind of be like Casey and the Sunshine Band, where now Casey is about 300 pounds and he slicks his hair back and he dyes it, but he's definitely got a very much receding hairline. But I will say this, he still moves pretty good, though.
He still has the same 3 moves he had in the 70s.
Yes, but he can still do them.
I wonder if Bowser can still do this or whatever the hell.
I'm sure he can.
Next, we have Brooke Smith.
Oh, yes. I remember her from Silence of the Lambs.
The Pits in the Silence of the Lamb, where it
She's
rubs
done
its...
a lot of stuff, a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy, Bates Motel. So that's a good guess. You know the next one, of course.
Well, yes, he's got to be in his 90s now.
Ronnie Shell, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I always get him and from like Merv Griffin, Lonnie Shore.
Ronnie Shore, yeah.
But yes, he's got to be in his 90s. But he was pretty prolific on all the sitcoms of the 60s. He would show up in.
Next one, I haven't seen him anywhere at conventions, but this is an interesting one. Patrick Wayne.
Yes, John Wayne's son. He made a few films back in the day.
Remember him from Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger.
Yes.
And she's down at Chiller a lot. Dee Wallace.
You know, now this is The Howling is really, and she was in E.T., right?
Yes.
The Howling she was in, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I had a vicious crush on her back then.
She did look good in there.
I thought she was a hottie. I like that Dee Wallace. And then she became Dee Wallace Stone. And now I guess she's back to Dee Wallace. So maybe I have a chance.
Now, next one's one of our favorites. It might be worth the drive.
Was she the one from Reanimator?
Yes.
Oh, that great scene from Reanimator?
She was on the table, strapped down, nude.
Oh, yes.
And the head, of course, was coming down, about to give a head, as they say. We can say on a podcast.
Oh, you can say that now.
Yes. Well, she was been in other horror type films, including this Jacob's Wife, which is fairly recent.
Now, the Reanimator and From Beyond were they both Lovecraft?
Yes.
And they both had Jeffrey Combs in them, didn't they?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think From Beyond was pretty good too. I didn't like the second Reanimator.
Bride of Reanimator?
Or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't think I care for that one. But anyway.
Next
so that's
one.
Barbara Crampton and Dee Wallace. Uh-oh.
You might want to take a drive down there.
Oh.
Jamie Farr, he's been there a few times.
Yep.
I'm just noticing here, last Chiller appearance.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is he retiring or is he on death's door?
I don't know. Usually Chiller is the death's door. Final appearances. Val Kilmer was there, Ernest Borgnine, and then they weren't there anywhere. Now, Jeff Maxwell is Igor. This is not his last appearance, but I had to look it up. They got Young Frankenstein listed here, and I don't remember Igor, Jeff Maxwell in there. And he was sitting in about the fourth row of the lab, the student lab at the beginning. So he had a bit part in there. We've got a Thing reunion here. Now, only 3 of these, only 3 things. We have Bennings, Palmer, and the Norwegian, who I think popped in for a second, and maybe he was even on video. So if you're a Thing fan, Judd Hirsch, we've got.
Taxi. He's got it. I think he's 90 or 91.
We've got some Godzilla suit actors. I think there were 3 of them they had. And they have in the past had classic, but these are from like the 2000 Godzilla movies, the suit actors.
Well, they shouldn't be doing suits anymore after CGI and Jurassic Park. I guess they're doing the new Godzilla minus something or whatever.
Yeah.
What is it now? -2?
Is it -0, I think?
-0? I don't know. The first one was good.
Yeah.
Oh, Diane Cannon.
Cannon. Now, if it was 1982, it would be worth a drive down there. I don't know how old she is now.
Oh, she's like 88, 87, 88 years old, yeah.
Where needed, I will pop in the age in the video here.
She's had plenty of work done, and I don't think it's settled well over the years.
Oh no. They had her patched together pretty well for those.
Patched together.
I think she was in that Out to Sea with Walter Matthau.
Oh God, Jack Lemmon.
Yeah. Now we've got Sarah Karloff.
Oh, see now, I wouldn't mind having a chat with her, but you can't. You just go, you sign, and you leave. I want to have a chat.
I think you could have a chat with Sarah. I don't know about how long her line, and she's usually there, as it says here. Sarah Karloff will be in Transylvania in October, so she will be visiting us this spring because she is usually there in October.
Yeah. See, now I have many a thing to discuss with Sarah regarding her father, Horace, or as we in the biz like to call him, William Henry Pratt.
Right. Lorenzo Lamas. Now you can. Lorenzo Lamas, somebody you would expect to be at the Chiller show. I think.
Absolutely.
It's been a while since Falcon Crest. Now this was a surprise, I thought. James Cromwell.
This is kind of a real actor.
Yes.
Stretch Armstrong. Or Stretch, or whatever he was. What was his name? On the
Stretch
Family?
Was it Stretch Cunningham? It was
Something like that. Yeah.
from All in the Family. And also one of the few remaining actors from Murder by Death. He was the French guy's assistant.
Hercule Poirot.
Yes. Yeah.
I just remembered him. Was that the one? No, that was that the one with the say your goddamn pronouns?
Yes. Next one now. If it was 1995, this would be a must travel down to.
Well, if it was
Chiller
1995, she wouldn't be doing the Chiller show.
No. And I don't know. I think she looked fairly good fairly recently, but before that, it was iffy. But I think she might have cleaned herself up here. She had some issues, we'll say.
Don't we all, Ed?
Yes. And finally, this is the big draw here.
This is the big draw?
This is the big one. Sally Struthers from All in the Family, of course.
I don't know, man. I would put Heather Locklear, James Cromwell, and Dee Wallace ahead of Sally Struthers.
I've never seen her do a show though, so I guess it is time. And she is on this Man on the Inside, which is I think is on Netflix. It's a current show.
I watched a couple of episodes during my days of desperation trying to find something to watch, and I couldn't get into it, but I noticed she was one of the elderly folks living at the home.
So is there a lot of big stars in the home, elderly?
I don't recall. I really don't. So, but I couldn't get more than 2 or 3 episodes into it.
So there's the Chiller show. There's a slight. I think the only one you were interested in was Sarah Karloff, I think.
Yeah, actually, yes. I would see it's someone like that I would want to speak to. I would want to have a conversation about, because I'm a big fan of Boris Karloff and all of the kind of the crap he went through dealing with James Whale, the director of I think it was Son of Frankenstein, and all this stuff. And there's a lot of little details, things I like to know that I would like to get a little more information on that I'm sure she knows. It would be like talking to a son of one of the Three Stooges, but I think they're all dead.
Yeah, there are grandsons out there, I see, doing things.
But Sarah Karloff is in her mid to late 80s, I believe. So.
Yeah, she was up at the House of Frankenstein in Lake George twice. I didn't know about it. I would have gone up there. Now that definitely was worth a 45-minute trip.
Oh, absolutely. I would have been there.
So there you have it.
Well,
It's
you know what we could do is we should talk to Dave and say, hey, Sarah's going to be in Parsippany. How about bringing her up to your place? And we could do a little something from there.
yeah. She's due for a visit there.
Yeah. Yeah, give him a shout. Let him know.
Okay. I'll send this video over to him, and this will be the shout out.
Okay.
So yeah, it was iffy for me. There's some I would like to get autographs and pictures with, maybe, but not enough, not quite enough to take the drive down.
I will go on record. I think I've said this before. I don't know of a person on this planet I would pay $10 to sign something. I don't care who it is.
Huh.
I will not pay a dime for someone to scribble their name on. I know, it's money for people. It's an investment. Maybe they sell it, or they, it's a collectible, whatever. No, I won't do it. It's not. You got to pay to get in, and then you got to pay for every photograph of these Z-list celebrities. It's crazy.
There was a day when I first started going to these where you would get the autograph for $20, $30 and then get a picture with them for free.
Oh,
and
those days have ended.
The first one I remember charging for a picture with her was Linda Blair, and it went to her animal charity. So that was all right. But then everybody started charging, and all of a sudden it's $50, $70, $100 for a picture with people.
For a lot of them who just haven't worked in years.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, would they be charging for an autograph for the clowns that wore the Godzilla suit?
Oh yeah. If I find any prices on anybody before this goes up, I'll add them in here.
Add it in there so we can all have a big laugh.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the Chiller show. It was interesting going over the list. If you want to see any of these people, they will be there at the end of April. It is. Check the Chiller Theatre website and find out all about it.